Hi guys, welcome back to our online training sessions. I hope the first session gave you a good understanding of the application areas of Flownex and that you are now ready to take on the world's biggest thermodynamic problems with this powerful software. So let's immediately get started with it. When I open Flownex, I'll be welcomed by the Flownex Start page. Now, here on the left-hand side, I can create a new project or access any project that I've recently been working on. So I can open them from here using just one click. Video tutorials. These are some tutorials that show you how to use Flownex's basic features. How to set up certain flow networks, editing component properties. Just a whole list of videos that will help you use Flownex efficiently. Also tutorials, PDF tutorials here on the right-hand side. It's a step-by-step way of guiding you through a process of setting up specific flow networks and to use the features that we have in Flownex in a proper way. Demo networks. These are some networks that engineers have previously set up in Flownex, and this will give you a very good idea of where to start with your project if you just can't seem to lay the right foundation to get the results you're looking for. Component basics. These describe the most basic way to use a defined component in Flownex, and I'd say if you struggle to use any component in Flownex, this will be your first point of entry into getting that elusive solution. Right, so let's open a new Flownex project. To do this, I'll click on the new project icon and then save the name and file location. Now, this is the Flownex working page layout. Here in the middle is what we call our canvas, and this is where all the action will take place. We will build our network in this area, linking all the elements together with our nodes. So this will become our construction site here in the middle. Here on the left hand side, this is our information section. And from here we can add pages and navigate between them, specify component inputs and see our results. So you can see we have the drawing pages, graph pages and 3D layout section under the Project Explorer, and under properties we have inputs and results. On the right hand side, here are all the libraries in Flownex. You can see here the distributed control system, and these are all the CNI components such as the PIDs, filters, switches. So a whole toolbox with which you can control your network. Also the electrical network library, then the flow and heat transfer library. These contain all the fluid mechanics and heat transfer components in Flownex. If we scroll down further, here you'll see some of the third-party software links that can connect to Flownex, and from here we can set up the links for co-simulation with ANSYS, Excel, MathCAD, Relab, and so on. And then at the bottom we have our visualization tools with which we can visualize our systems and results. So let's go to the flow and heat transfer library, and as you can see, we have a very extensive toolbox of components, and you'll be able to use these components to simulate basically any problem that you'll encounter in industry. So just to take you through that, there's some containers. We have an accumulator, open container, two-phase tank. We also have some discharge nozzles, heat transfer, heat exchangers. Now here you can see the recuperator, shell and tube heat exchanger, fin tube heat exchangers. If we look at the piping, there's pipes, insulated pipes, vents, ducts. At the bottom here, a little bit lower down, we have pumps, compressors and turbines here at the bottom. And then we also have valves, control valves, pressure regulating valves, pressure relief valves, and a library of Miller valves, the sluice valve, globe valve, angle valve, and so forth. These components come standard in Flownex. They have all the theory, all the fundamentals of fluid mechanics and heat transfer coded already in them, and we'll be using these libraries of components to construct our network. Here at the bottom we have our convergence bar that fills up if the solution obtains full convergence, our warnings and error log, and also result coloring layers. And lastly, here at the top we have our Flownex functionality tabs. As you can see here, our administrator tab, solving tab, command tab, importing settings and help tabs. So now that you are familiar with the page layout, I'm quickly going to assemble two pipes and a valve to show you how we will go about to build the network. I can select my pipe from the component library, click, drag, drop onto my canvas, do the same with my valve, and then connect another pipe to it. Using multi-select, I can add the necessary inputs to my pipes in the input window, and then do the same with my valve. And that's in principle how easy it is to get the job done. I bet you can't wait to build an actual solving network. So do join us for the next session where we will discuss the specification of boundary values and get this thing to solve. So until then, have a wonderful Flownex time.